Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets, giving work out at TD Gardens. Isn't it funny that Boston's stadium is called the Toronto Dominion Garden? A little extra fact for you there. But here it is. Celtics down 2. Randy Urban.
Yeah.
Can the Celtics take control of this series? Can they win this series back?
I think it was on Court Surfing where I was saying, like, this is a dangerous team.
And
I'm getting tweeted at right now.
The Bulls or the Celtics?
The Celtics.
Are dangerous?
Yeah.
When we were on Court Surfing.
I thought with Brad Stevens and Isaiah Thomas has just been out of his mind this year, but
even in the playoffs, he's been balling.
Yeah.
I remember what he's talking about. There was a night on Court Surfing when they asked us about this 8-1, and I said, the Bulls are going to win this series.
I disagreed.
And he found that preposterous.
Was he drinking?
He was drinking kombucha. Okay?
That's good stuff.
That's great stuff, by the way. Shouts out to
the chia
kombucha.
seeds.
But
we've been talking about it with you, and you absolutely called the Bulls, and I think myself and somebody else said it was going to go 7, but for the Celtics. But look, all those predictions, they're out the window. Boston is playing with far too much emotion right now.
I don't trust.
They just don't have a chance.
I don't trust Chicago also getting it done as easily as they've been doing it so far this season. Look, in the Saturday before the end of the regular season,
there's no answers.
Listen,
what answers do they have right
the
now?
Saturday before the end of the regular
now.
season, they lost to Brooklyn at home, and they needed to win that game.
That is long.
I'm just saying they're an up and down team.
What answers do they have for the Bulls?
You think
inside,
Rondo's
even in the
going to be
paint?
this good?
What about in the
You
paint?
think Rondo's going to be
They're
this good?
out-rebounding them. Lopez looks
I
like
think Rondo can be
Lopez
this
looks
good.
like Bruce Lopez right
Okay,
now.
hold on. Before we all beat up on Randy right now, okay, let's just calm down for a second. I like him. Let's throw something else out there. Isaiah Thomas is the star, the stud, the man that makes the Celtics go.
Yeah.
Who is that second guy?
Didn't Al Horford get a max deal this summer?
Horford's the guy. Horford's the guy.
Points?
Okay, so again, can I take you guys back to the beginning of this year when I said, why on earth did they pay Al Horford so much money?
Well, okay, hang on. They still
Yes,
improved
I'm hanging
considerably.
on.
Hang on. We're all hanging on.
They're the number one team in the East.
They finished in first place in the East. That's what they signed him and paid him for. They had a big improvement in the regular season.
That or the playoffs? I mean,
He had 7 points.
like
Look,
the playoffs.
He's not a big-time scorer, man, and that hasn't been his
that-
job.
What is he big time doing in this series? Where's he contributing big time?
Dude, I'm telling you, this series, the Celtics, they aren't themselves.
What?
I think they are who we thought they were.
Well, I thought they were this.
Dude,
team.
if Isaiah Thomas doesn't have this personal tragedy, it's a completely different
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, what, 33 points and 22 points? It's not like he's not playing bad.
They're all affected by this. And
They're affected more than
Dan.
No.
I'm with Dan for sure.
Guys, come on.
This is not somebody that. This is not like when a player's maybe. And this is terrible to say, but a father passes away or something that's sort of a little more natural because they're older. This is his younger sister in a tragic accident. They don't know how to deal with this.
How is he?
Because he's putting up numbers and hitting some buckets. That is different from him dominating
games.
They have
no answers in the glass for these guys.
Yeah, well, that's one of the
big
issues.
problem.
Yeah. Somebody's got to box out at some point.
Here, the Celtics are getting exposed.
Yeah.
Okay?
Spit it out.
There's a lot going on here.
Look, you called the Bulls. You were right.
Okay,
the Bulls are winning the series.
The Celtics are getting exposed, but who's more at fault? Is it more of an issue for Danny Ainge and the roster he's collected, or Brad Stevens then he can't max out this group?
Stevens is a great coach. I'm not putting anything against him. And the Celtics, they're playing a long game right now. They weren't expecting to win the NBA title this year.
What are you talking about?
They're ahead of schedule. They have draft
top
picks.
3 team, right?
They're number one.
So a top 3 team should win the first round.
Yeah, they should, but,
but
they're playing against a team that is actually
series
better
is
than
not
an 8
over.
seed.
Whoa.
Dude, they've lost the first
So
two.
you're saying Danny Ainge, neither of them are to blame
I'm not
for this.
passing any
he can't
blame on
blame
the Celtics.
anybody.
They've had a great year.
Wow.
Their best players, little
Guys,
died.
okay,
The
I'm going to
whole
make
team
sure.
is affected by this.
I'm going to make sure when this series is over and you two are still being Celtics apologists,
Don't worry.
that I pose
I'll
the
book them
same
on the
question
show.
to
I'll
you
book them on the
because
show.
I'm telling you guys.
All right, when they draft the number
that's
one
not-
pick in the
I don't think you
NBA
guys
next
are
year.
But you're like, there's nothing to worry about. Meanwhile, the number 1 seed is down 2-0 to the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. You're acting like, well, it's a 4-5 or a 6-3 matchup.
not.
Dude, it's the #1 team
They're
in the
a big
conference.
center away from being.
They could have traded for one. They had all the assets.
They're #1 because
all
of a
the assets.
tiebreaker. They're
Yeah,
really
but they're
number
still,
two.
but even if they're #3, they still should not be getting
Yeah, well,
knocked around
but the
by
Bulls-
the
the Bulls aren't
And
really an
don't
8
say
seed.
about Isaiah Thomas's.
Okay, I'm only asking.
What?
Okay, yeah,
Come on, man. You guys-
Okay, I'm done talking to you
Please.
two right now.
Come
When
on,
it
man.
when it comes to Celtics, I'm finished with you two. Savannah wants me to ask a particular question. I have my own question that I forgot to put into the production meeting that I'm gonna ask. But I'm only asking Dwayne. You two, you're done to me. Dwayne,
That's a chill.
here's my deal right now.
All right.
The Celtics down 2 games. What does that say about the Eastern Conference in general? That the team that won the regular season championship is
But
down
something
to a
we've
team
known all season,
that was
though.
teetering to get into the playoffs.
We've known that the East has been tough this year. Like, that's not been a secret. It's not, Cleveland isn't even like the definitive team anymore. But the rest of the whole, like, look at the end of the season, like the bottom 4 teams. The East has always been tough. So, I mean,
Shout out to Rajon Rondo, by the way.
1
Yeah.
through 8 are pretty even, other than Cleveland.
Cleveland's the
exactly.
definitive.
Right, yeah. No, but I was saying is the margin has gotten closer, but everything else has been closer. Like, Miami could have been
I don't
the
know,
8th
I
seed.
think Cleveland.
And Miami could have been beating your Celtics, too.
I really just think Cleveland was bored.
Forget about Cleveland, though. Miami could be beating your Celtics. What about that? How would they be?
Miami's
Chicago was
not in the
only, what,
playoffs,
9
so
games, nine
can't beat
games
them.
behind Boston. That's look at the margin
Okay.
from 1 to 8 in the West.
I got to pull the brakes down, though, because we're having a great conversation. But something else interesting happened. Fizdale on the mic,
The best.
post-game. Let's let the man run. Say your thing, Fizz. Let's go.
35 times we shot the ball in the paint. We had 15 free throws for the game. They shot 18 times in the paint and had 32 free throws. Kawhi shot more free throws than our whole team. Explain it to me. You know, I know Pop's got pedigree and I'm a young rookie, but they're not going to rook us. That's unacceptable. That was unprofessional. Take that for data.
Is it how?
All right. Okay. Here's the deal.
It's good stuff.
Great quality
stuff.
sound from
Great
Fizz.
stuff.
Great quality sound from Fizz. But Randy, will this affect future calls in this series? You got fined $30K for that stuff too.
30.
Well spent. Well
Well
spent.
spent.
Yeah.
No one is gonna pitch in.
I mean, it's human nature to affect calls like that. I think it's going to be in the back of the refs' minds that at some point, you know, Zach Randolph's got to get a call or Mike Conley's got to get a call. I love that he was standing up for Mike Conley. Mike Conley, I love nice guys, like the nicest guy ever.
He gave
interview.
He gave him an interview one time.
No, no, it's a
Randy
scrum.
loves the guys who are good
Scrum, but I'm
interviewers.
just
I know.
saying, the guy is like, he's a legit human being. I like that.
As opposed to the rest of these guys.
Yeah.
These subhuman.
I'm not saying
jerks.
that. I just calling him out for being nice. That's all.
Yeah, but did anyone feel like that was like a poorly refed game, or like, are we all in
Well, the
agreement with
numbers,
this?
I mean, listen to the numbers, though.
The numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie. It's not going to give him 20 points in a game,
Yeah.
but it's definitely going to help in terms of calls moving forward.
Spurs in 4. It doesn't matter. To answer your original question, will it have an impact on the officiating? Yeah, it'll be a bit more even-handed. But I'm sorry, the Grizzlies play a more aggressive grindhouse style. The Spurs are strong, but they're finesse, and they are a far superior team as a team and individually
But the
talented.
Grizzlies, this
gotta
is
go to
their
break.
this is their history. They
gotta go to
lose
break.
2, they
You gotta
win
go to
2.
break.
They lose.
You
This
gotta
is
go
what
to
they
break.
do.
Not this
Gotta go
year.
to break.
Go to
They're
break.
done.
All right.
Bye, break.
Spurs in 4.
Well, now Randy has allowed us to go to a commercial break. Thank you, Randy. We'll be back with more of Canada's home for Talking Hoops. This is The Hangouts, and I honestly don't know what this bumper is. Oh, it's Blake Griffin.
Blake.
I was buying time that entire time. It's okay, though. Blake's cool. We'll settle for Blake.
Just yell hang out.
Will they
Come
make
on.
it past this round? Hang out!